Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall. Why do you guys not care? Now, I know you'd rather have the fight, but it used to be that you wanted to have the fight. I know you are excited if you find out those two are fighting, but it used to be all you wanted to talk about. Dana's at a press conference, and Dana gets asked this question a lot. It's not as though 5 press conferences go by and he gets asked 1 out of 5 times. 5 press conferences, he'll get asked 5 times, but he'll get asked very lightly. It's not the first topic out of his mouth. It's a little bit weird when somebody does ask, because for news that big, if Dana was about to reveal it, he would have already revealed it, not knee-deep in a press conference, but that's MMA media for you. But above everything else, why? I've seen fights that we're supposed to have. I've seen fights that we wanted. I've seen fights that were resisted or we were told no. I've even seen this recently. You know, Tom Aspinall was not the guy. Tom Aspinall was not the boogeyman in Jon Jones' corner. Sergey Pavlich was. And we wanted to know how many fights he had left and how many fights we thought Jon would do. And then we started getting ahead of ourselves anyway and just saying that Sergey won't have enough fights compared to how many Jon needs, and we might not even get that fight. But before it was Sergey, it was Francis Ngannou. And we wanted that fight so bad that when Francis had the belt taken off him and was in a different promotion doing a different sport known as boxing, there was still headlines about how we were going to get this back together. There was comments made from Don Davis to Dana White saying, let's find a way. Alice Sheik sits in the middle. Boom, we've got a location, we've got our budget. Let's find a way. Let's get these guys together. And that lasted for a little bit. Now, none of us smart marks were falling for that or thinking that they were going to get their first ever co-promote. I'm just sharing for you the ability to maintain and command and to hold a headline with that topic was somewhat impressive. We've never done a co-promote before, ever. Never have we done a co-promote. We've also, only one time, had 2 people under contract that we wanted to get together and we couldn't do it. That's a trivia question. Do you guys remember the one time? Iron Lady. Iron Lady was supposed to defend her belt against Cyborg and said no. They said, well, you're the champion. You either fight or we have to take your belt away. She gave them the belt back. And to this day, Iron Lady went on, had more fights. Cyborg went on, still going on. That fight never found itself. So the odds of us getting Jones and Aspinall are extremely high. Because it's a fight that Dana wants in a sport that Dana's involved. With athletes Dana has under contract, I mean, it's extremely likely that we get this together, but we're hearing about it less. It's getting talked about less. The enthusiasm is dropping. Even more so than when Francis was doing a different sport in a different country, in a different organization. That, finding a way to get him to Jon, well, all we've got to do is, and it's a co-promote, we're going to do it right here. And there was still things that were bringing them together. And I just think this is fascinating. And I don't think that we have all the information. I think Jon Jones's hands are clean. That's what I think. I do think Jon said something stupid about I need 6 months from the day the contract signed. I do think there's some trueness to that. Jon Jones never left the testing pool and never tested hot, and he has been checked, flagged, innocent. Jon Jones is staying active, he's staying busy, but he's currently bringing in a paycheck. Whatever it is that Jon is doing in Thailand with Nate Diaz is a job. They're making a show, it's a job, it comes with a paycheck. I just offer that for you. If you got 2 guys that you want to be partners. If one of them is getting paid elsewhere and doing a job, it's a very hard thing to make him who's financially already winning come over here and see the money. But everything that Jon has done has been for this moment. From going around fighting the Sonnens and the Machitas and the Cormiers and the Ovid State Proofs and the Rampage Jacksons of the world is all for this moment. A much larger, much younger, new fighter in Tom. And it will be the biggest paycheck that Jon ever receives. And it's very hard to imagine that Jon does not want that paycheck. If you wanted the other paychecks, wouldn't you want the biggest paycheck? But Jon's mind doesn't fully operate like that. Now you, the fans, have got involved. Over 100,000 UFC fans have signed a petition to strip Jon Jones of the heavyweight title. Now that is two things at once, right? You're having a conversation of two things. Hey, do you want to sign here to strip Jon Jones of the heavyweight title? Or if I came up to you and said, hey, should Tom Aspinall be the undisputed champion? Should we elevate his belt? It's the exact same question. And that's very good for Tom. That is tremendous support. I have a lot of you, but I don't know if I would succeed in getting 100,000 of you, even if it was electronically done, to sign a petition. I mean, that's a real passion against a guy. Now, when it's a guy like Jon, he's going to enjoy that. Jon is going to enjoy that there was 100,000 people that are being agitated by him. Jon feels as though you, the audience, has done plenty of agitating towards him. Jon, by the time he made the walk to fight Stipe Miocic, a real-life superhero, Jon had made Stipe the bad guy. Jon was going to press conferences putting Stipe down for things that Stipe had said that Stipe hadn't even said. But see, Jon is getting in his frame of mind. Jon was letting us in on what his mindset needs to be. He needs a little anger. He needs a little vigor. He is not going to be thrilled about this. He's going to enjoy the attention. But you guys, you 100,000 guys and gals that did this, you've helped. You've helped in some way, right? Poking the bear is the best way to get Jon to do something. I just have to remind you, I don't believe he's ever said he wouldn't do it. I don't believe that. The UFC with this fight has been very unique. Whatever Tom and whatever said on a phone call stays right there. Whatever Jon and what's said on a phone call, it stays right there. Now that's called nice Dana. And nice Dana gets a lot of fight done. Mad Dana gets every fight done. But Mad Dana's not here yet. You will know when Mad Dana arrives, when you start getting revealed to you what was said on these calls. That's the clue to you that this date that they've got is sneaking up on us a little faster than the ink is drying on the pen. When Mean Dana shows up. But he's not here yet. In fact, it's very optimistic Dana. It's calm Dana. I'm trying to act it out. I'm trying to kind of do my Dana. He speaks in this tone. He's very matter of fact. You know, hey, I talked to Tom. I talked to Jon. My people are working on this. Their people, you know, that's the fight. Yeah, I'm confident we're going to do the fight. That's kind of how Dana talks, that theme right there. I believe it. I think I even know when. November. I think I even know where. Madison Square Garden. That's not inside scoop. I'm sharing for you for right now. That's far enough. That's far enough out that it doesn't get in the way of any PR or any promotion. But as that date gets closer, if those bout agreements don't start coming closer together, you're going to see Mean Dana. But either way, you're going to see Jon and Tom fight.